Okay. Beans. Beans spilling in 3, 2, 1. Here's where I get my clothing. Here's my scroll of sources. Hi, I'm Sophia. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna talk about Goodwill, eBay, ThredUp, Mercari. I'm not gonna talk about Mercari, but it's okay. It's a thrift store app, it's fine. Poshmark, Depop, all of those. It's all pretty much thrifting, but here it is. Throughout college, I did a lot of thrifting because that was the happy medium between clothing that was eclectic and interesting, also clothing that I could afford. I do not want to purchase clothing that falls apart in a day, and I don't want to support companies that don't share similar stances to what I stand for. So that narrows my options a bit. So that comes down to doing a research on modern companies and then thrifting. Whenever I wanted to go shopping, I would break it down between how much time I want to spend, how much money I want to spend, and what I'm looking for. If you have a lot of time on your hands and don't want to spend as much, I would really recommend Goodwill and eBay for you. I've spent an obscene amount of time in Goodwill's. I'm allergic to dust, so it's usually pretty bad. I don't go right now because COVID's so much worse, but when I did start going again, I had my little mask on still, and that was kind of nice actually, so I might keep it on when I go to Goodwill in the future. I know a lot of people will look up zip codes and go to different areas to shop for clothing, and that works too. If you're shopping locally, just go to the bougier areas if you're willing to pay a little more. Have an idea of what you're looking for, that helps a bit. If you're looking for more expensive name brands, go to a more wealthy area near you. Or if you're looking for something more eclectic, go to a quirkier area. I live in Southern California, so when I drive to LA, a lot of the Goodwills out there are usually pretty cool, but also picked over because it's a very fashionable area. When I go on road trips throughout California, it's really cool noticing the variety. In Santa Barbara, you're gonna get a more relaxed style. Down by Joshua Tree or Claremont, a little more deserty, kind of both. It's all over the place. And there are niches within that as well, but this is just from my experience. Another option, if you have a decent amount of time, is eBay. eBay is also the place that I get most of my vintage stuff. I do get a lot of it in person at antique markets or flea markets, whatever, but eBay is great for basic vintage stuff. I get most of my vintage slips off eBay, sometimes dresses. I've gotten 2 90s corsets off there. Here are some of the things I found at Goodwill's. There is a huge variety in the type of item you will find. Every once in a while I find vintage stuff, but I actually like eBay better for that. And eBay shares a lot of similar characteristics. How I shop at Goodwill actually. I'm just at home. Less dust mites, so. Similar to Goodwill in that it's not as specifically curated. For example, I know what cut of Topshop jeans fits me well. I wear Joni, size 25 waist, stretchy jeans, whatever, exactly that. And if I look it up on Depop or Poshmark, I'm going to find it. But on eBay, you might find it, you might not. At Goodwill, you definitely won't have a way to search that up. But when it comes to specificity, Goodwill and eBay are not as good for that, but you can usually find things for cheaper if you're willing to spend more time. And you might find those items if you spend more time, but they're just not as organized. eBay's the best online source for affordable vintage stuff, though. I think this is from eBay too. I've been fiending for vintage slips lately, clearly. When it comes to thrift stores, I'd also recommend shopping in a thrift store for an hour when you're traveling, if you're doing any traveling. It could be a city over, a state over, a country, anything. It's really cool to see people leave behind. It's just fascinating on the surface level just to see what kind of people lived in an area. But for anyone who's studying abroad, I really, really, really recommend, if you're spending 4 days in a city in your little hostel, take an hour or 2 and check out a local thrift store. Such a more interesting, rich, personal item to take back with you than, like a souvenir. Whether it's a vintage or modern store, you kind of get a feel for the people that lived there or lived there. Here are a few things I got when I was traveling, and you'd be surprised what you can find. I was in a thrift store bin in Paris and I got this gown for €1, which is ridiculous. This gown in Florence, I think it's probably 15 euros. You just don't know what you're gonna find. But there's a lot to find at local thrift stores too. If you're looking for something trendier, curated thrift store is the way to go, because the employees definitely know what's in at the moment and make sure to have those types of things. Buffalo Exchange, Crossroads, all of that type of thing is great for that. And if you're looking to make a little money, you can always sell your stuff on Poshmark and Depop, whatever. But if it's not selling, you can also go to Crossroads, Buffalo Exchange, try that and still get a decent amount for it. And then if that's not working, you can always send your stuff to ThredUp. And ThredUp takes a lot more than those places. Of course, don't send anything damaged or whatever, but you have a better chance. On the topic of Poshmark and ThredUp, that's probably the easiest way to thrift. In my mind, it's a little pricier because I'm cheap as fuck, but I just don't like paying shipping. So easy to narrow down items, all the way up to new with tags items, so you can buy brand new things for half the price. Great news. Look up your brand, your size, and then in the search bar, look up the name, the Joni, whatever. It's really convenient. If you need something very specific, Poshmark and Depop are great for that. I also use Mercari sometimes. That's a little more broad, but when you're looking for something pinpointed, specific, you need this thing for not the whole price, Poshmark and Depop. Way to go. And if you're still building your style, like you just don't know what you like or don't like yet, all of it's just not putting pressure on yourself for finding a style. I genuinely believe it comes down to what you like. Like, that's it. It's hard to get out of your head sometimes, and I know some things are trends, and that's okay. You can like whatever you want. Take note of the things that strike you and why. You don't have to choose. You don't have to be a baddie, an e-girl, whatever. You can have a little bit of that, a little bit of this, mix it up. That's fine, you know? Do whatever. I think that's what most people do, but for me at least, if I see something that catches my eye, I just allow myself to like it. People call it confidence, and I guess it is sometimes, but life is too short to not let yourself have the things that make you happy. That's a very broad statement, but there are only so many things that you have control over in your life. You might work a job that you don't love, you might do this, that, whatever to survive, and that makes sense. But the way that you dress yourself is such a small thing that you have control over, and if you have a way for it to bring you happiness and make you feel like a more fulfilled whole person, then yeah, embrace it. If you like something, put it on. Keep it on. Wear it around. It feels really good. Because you're happy. I swear, whenever I see someone wearing something that's out there, I will run to you. Run to you. You could be a stranger. I don't care. And I will tell you, God damn, like, you did it. Congratulations. Like, please take your foot off my neck, or don't. Like, it's nice there. I love your boots. It can be a little scary sometimes, because if you put your identity into your clothing and wear it for people to critique, it could hurt. So it's important to tell people you look good, because it's not a shallow thing all the time. This has been a ridiculous ramble, but another way to get a feel for yourself and what you like, just paying attention to your Instagram Explore page. I have a little bookmark of clothing that struck me. Also, Pinterest is great for that. Kind of cheesy again, but great, because the algorithm gets an idea of what you like and keeps like throwing things at you, and like 25% of them are immaculate. From that list, notice what kind of designers you like. Are they big name designers? Are they smaller artists? Like, who do you like? Who do you have a crush on? And then note that, come back to it, follow them, see where you can get their stuff, if it's expensive, something like that. But thank you so much for listening. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I really like talking to you and exposing my secrets. Go to all the thrift stores, empty them before I get there. Have fun, children. Bye.